Hey folks, Eric here with a special little video. I haven't done a random Sunday in a while, and I was a little too enthusiastic and scratched my throat right there. So I'm going to take a little drink and you get to watch me. So refreshing. Let's get on with this. Okay, so haven't done a random Sunday in a while, so I thought I would do this. I'm going to talk about my Halloween reading list, which I am just about to start the first book. I don't know which one it's going to be yet, but I have a stack of books here. These are the books I'm hoping to get through before the end of Halloween. I'm not calling it like my October reading list because it is September 3rd, and I'm going to start right now. Well, not right now, I'm recording a video. But I'm going to start because I got quite a few I want to get through. And actually, there's two that I don't have yet. One is on the way, one isn't even out yet. We'll get to that shortly. But so I'm just going to go through in the order that they're sitting here. So one of them is Halloween Kills by Tim Waggoner. This is the novelization of the movie. And Halloween Ends comes out October 14th, I believe is the release date. So I'm going to read this when that date gets a little closer. I read the novelization of the 2018 Halloween. Really, really liked that. And Tim Waggoner is a good author, so we'll see how this one goes. And then one of the books that I don't have yet because it's not out yet is Halloween Ends, the novelization. So after I see the movie, which I hope to see opening weekend, I believe the book comes out on the 18th. I will pick that up, and then possibly, if I'm going too slow, I may put off reading Halloween Ends, but I might make that the last book that I read in the month because it seems appropriate. But I do want to read Halloween Kills sometime, probably early October is when I'll get to this one when we're closer to the release of the final movie. And I'm going to watch the 2018 Halloween and Halloween Kills again in preparation for seeing Halloween Ends. But that's one of the books that I'm going to read. Next up, I think this is going to be the one I start tonight. This is Dark Harvest by Norman Partridge. I believe this is being made into a movie. It says winner of the Bram Stoker Award. I know people that love this book. Recently, a very well-respected reviewer said that they weren't thrilled with this book, but it's Halloween 1963 is when this takes place. I guess it's considered a classic. It's one that I have not read before. I do dig that cover, and it's one of the few, I think, that doesn't actually have Halloween in the title. But I do believe this is the one I'm going to read first. And a lot of these are short story collections. But there you go. And then we have, and again, this is no particular order. Then we have Dead Leaves by Keelan Patrick Burke. 9 Tales for the Witching Season. Another great cover. Another one that actually doesn't have Halloween in the title, but it's some Keelan Patrick. I just bought a book by him today at Barnes & Noble. But it looks, hopefully, some good Halloween short stories from a very, very good author. Then we have Halloween Fiend by C.V. Hunt. I've actually had this for a while, and it's one of the reasons I decided to do this sort of just Halloween-themed reading for September and October, because I wanted to just put this in a pile of other Halloween books and read them. I'm going to try to mix, this is a novella, one story, so I'm going to try to mix the few non-short story books in with the short stories. Otherwise, it would just be a month of constant short stories. But I hear this is very good. I like C.V. Hunt's work. Have not read this one yet, so looking forward to it. All right, I have a nonfiction book here. This is Trick or Treat, A History of Halloween by Lisa Morton. I'm not sure when I'm going to read this one, where I'm going to fit it into everything. Maybe if I start burning out on short stories, I'll jump into this a little bit. But yeah, why not read about the history of Halloween? There's another author that has a book about the history of Halloween that I may pick up, David J. Skal, S-K-A-L. It's got a great cover, too. But I'd already gotten this one. I don't know how many books on the history of Halloween I need. So I'm up in the air about that one. But this should be interesting. It's got illustrations, photographs, and I look forward. I'm going to just keep saying that. I look forward to all of them, obviously. But I think this will be really interesting. And since this is nonfiction, I will talk about the other book that I do not have yet. It is on the way, and it is called Halloween and Satanism. Now, I love reading books about how pop culture is going to make all of your children into Satanists. And thanks to wonderful author John Bowden, who posted a picture of a book he found at a thrift store called Violence and Horror. Whatever it was. It's about the media ruining your children. But he found it at a thrift store. I saw it. I went on Amazon to find it, and I went down a rabbit hole. And I got that book, and I got a book about how cartoons are destroying your children, how toys are destroying your children. And the authors that wrote some of those books, or all of those books maybe, wrote this book called Halloween and Satanism, and I had to have it. I've read, back in the day, I read the book about how Dungeons and Dragons was destroying the moral fabric of America and turning everyone into Satanists. And then more recently, but still a while ago, I read a book about how Harry Potter was doing the same thing. I love reading these things. So Halloween and Satanism was a no-brainer. And that's gonna jump up when it comes in. When it finally comes in, I'm gonna dig into that pretty quickly. So that's the other nonfiction book. Next up here, we have Mr. Glowbones and Other Halloween Tales by Ronald Kelly. Love that cover. It's a lot of fun. This is from Macabre Inc. And it's got just a bunch of short stories. Last Christmas, I read a collection of his Christmas short or holiday themed short stories, and Mr. Glowbones was in one of those. And I like Ronald Kelly. He's making a comeback. He was a Zebra horror author back in the day, and he's come back with a vengeance. And so this, if it's as good as the Christmas ones, this should be really good. And hopefully they're good, because I also have The Halloween Store and Other Tales of All Hallows Eve by Ronald Kelly, with another great cover, another collection of short stories. I double-checked to make sure. I don't think there's any crossover at all between the stories in these two books. And there's also some essays, I believe. One or two essays. But, again, Ronald Kelly, fantastic author. I think at the moment I'm recording this, they're having an event, a book launch for his book, Southern Fried and Horrified, I believe is what it's called. A book I will be picking up. But as I said, he's coming back in a big, big way. And I've got plenty of short stories to, confirm that. Then there's just two more books, all short stories. We have Halloween Season, stories by Lucy A. Snyder. Not Your Kid's Halloween, another great cover. And another book of short stories. Oh, a Lynn Hansen cover. Fantastic. Lynn Hansen is so good. One of my favorite cover artists. You're going to get to watch me read for a second to see. Yes. I think she's still in Columbus, Ohio, or still in Ohio. Yeah, another local. I say another local because I just recorded a review of a book by an author originally from Ohio, but I haven't mentioned it in this video, so it would make no sense for me to say another local, but a local. How's that? Anyway, a great author. I just saw something else that she's got coming out that looks fantastic. So more Halloween short stories. And then finally, possibly the best cover, Rotten Jack Press, apparently. I see illustrations. This is one that was on my wish list for a while, but when I decided I was going to do this whole just reading Halloween stories for Halloween, I figured it was time to pick this up. This is Halloween Nights, Tales of Autumn Fright, edited by James A. Moore. Look at that beautiful cover from Dan Brereton. And just to give you a taste, so this is the first one. Let me take a look here. Single author, single author. Single author. Yeah, this is the first one. That's a multi-author short story collection. Bracken McLeod, Christopher Golden and Brian Keene, Dan Brereton and James A. Moore. James A. Moore. V. Castro. Fantastic. Love V. Castro. Sherry Sebastian Gabriel, Jeff Strand. Huge fan of Jeff Strand, of course. Richard Chismar, Billy Chismar, Mary Sangiovanni. Fantastic author. Eric Nunnally. Hopefully I haven't mangled that too much. Trisha J. Wooldridge and Hillary Monahan. So, yeah, fantastic authors, fantastic artist. Don't know why I put this off for so long, but this one, oof, I'm gonna have to figure out the order that I want to read these, because, well, I know I'm gonna separate the Ronald Kellys. Well, let's just, right now, Halloween Nights, Tales of Autumn Fright. This is high on the list, I think. So, as far as order, as I said, I'm going to start with the Norman Partridge, Dark Harvest, and then maybe I'll do a Ronald Kelly, because I do want to separate those, so I'm not just reading straight through like 20 Ronald Kelly short stories. So I'll do the Norman Partridge, then maybe a Ronald Kelly, then one of the other short story collections, then maybe Trick or Treat, the nonfiction. I don't know. I'll figure it out, or maybe I'll just do it randomly. Just blind pick. And as I said, Halloween Kills is going to be closer to the time that the movie's coming out. I'll probably start it right around October 1st, so that I'm guaranteed to be finished with it before the movie comes out. And then, if I'm doing this for 2 months, this might not be enough. I might have to find some more horror or Halloween themed books. So, well, there you go. That is the stack of books -2 that I don't have yet that I'm reading for the Halloween season, starting tonight, September 3rd. I forgot it's a new month already. So my question for you, what Halloween books can you recommend? They have to take place at Halloween or be Halloween themed. You know what I'm getting at. I have others, but I've already read them. I actually just did a review for a book that takes place at Halloween, and I said in that review that if I'd known, I might have saved it. There's the Jonathan Mayberry trilogy, but I've just read all those. I read the numbers 2 and 3 last October. So what Halloween novels or short story collections would you recommend? Let's see if we can get those recommendations in quick in case I need more material for this year. Let me know in the comments below. And of course, I'll be reviewing all of these as I read through them. Another reason that I'm however I should put that I'm doing this starting in September so that I can get some of these reviewed and out to you folks. So maybe you'll get to read them in October. We'll see. All right. If you have any comments, questions, corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is ErikSmith5757. That's Eric with a K. ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I've got for you this week. So until next time, I guess I should have said that's all I have for you this time. So until next time, read more books.